Fortnite is an amazing game that has given tons of people different opportunities, from content creators being able to grow their channels just off of the game, all the way to the casual player just being able to load into a game and have fun with their friends playing around in it. But unfortunately, Fortnite is not always performing at its peak performance, and during the Summer Skirmish grand finale in actual PAX West, we saw one of the largest glitches Fortnite has ever seen in their game. Now, while this glitch may have not been shutting down the servers and destroying their entire game, this glitch was huge, just entirely based off of the fact that it almost cost somebody $25,000 and ultimately may have changed the results on a $1 million plus prize pool. So today we're going to be looking at Fortnite's largest glitch in the history of the game, breaking down what happened and basically how this all came to be. Let's jump right into it. We can set the scene back in August 2018. I know, a while ago. This was actually 2 years ago, but I felt like it would be good to revisit this just to remember what the game used to be like, and one of the most major mistakes Fortnite has ever made in a live event. But basically, in August 2018, there was a tournament called Summer Skirmish. Now, this was one of Fortnite's first tournaments, and it wasn't actually available to the public. This was actually a closed invitational tournament that Fortnite ran themselves. Now, it happened over 8 weeks with an $8 million prize pool in total. Now, this final week 8 was actually held at PAX West, an in-person convention where everybody played in person. Now, before I actually get into what happened with this glitch, I feel like a lot of you guys have probably seen clips of it. I want to look at the scoring system first, just to precursor this and let you guys know how detrimental this was to the players in the event. So basically, the scoring system was fairly simple. If you got a win, you got 3 points. If you got second to third place, you would get 2 points. If you came in 4th to 10th place, you would get 1 point. It was a very low point scoring system. So the placements didn't really matter. The important thing was the eliminations. If you got 3 to 4 eliminations, you got 1 point. 5 to 6 eliminations, you got 2 points. And if you managed to eclipse 7 eliminations, you would get 3 points. So this tournament was very focused on people fighting, trying to get those early kills, and trying to get those late game, late zone rotational kills. As you guys know, for any of you guys who've actually played competitive, or even just played Fortnite in general, a lot of the time, a ton of people will be alive in those last zones, and that is when you will see those kills start to rack up, because people are caught in their rotates, they're caught without materials, and you can get some free kills. Now, the special part about this, as I mentioned earlier, is that for every single win, there is a $25,000 bonus to the winner. So even if you don't come out on top, you still do manage to get $25,000 just for winning that specific game. So basically, every single game matters a ton. This scoring format is very punishing on having one bad game, just because of how low the scoring system point is. It's kind of hard to get back into it once you start to fall behind. If you have 2 bad games and the person in first has, let's say, won a game and then came in 3rd place, they're already at 5 points while you're still stuck at 0, and your only shot is to go for those kills and manage to get a win. So every game matters here, and that is why this glitch was so detrimental to a lot of the players. Now, one more thing before we get into the actual bug. I need to remind you guys of the Kevin the Cube low gravity zones. For those of you guys that did not play in Season 5, or you just don't remember them, back in Season 5, we saw the addition of Kevin the Cube. Now, Kevin walked around the map in his happy little cube form and actually added little runes onto the map. These runes would create low gravity zones where you could float a little and jump a little bit higher, but nothing too drastic. Just to remember that for the clip. So now that we have all of our precursor information, now that we know everything we need to know, we can look at Fortnite's biggest glitch in the history of the game, at least in my opinion. So as you can see here, in the 4th game of the finales, we were seeing everyone rotating into this low gravity zone. People were getting into it, but then things started to get weird. People started to float up and down in the zone and actually get suspended in mid-air. This meant that they could not get back down to the ground, and sometimes when people would build all the way down to the ground just by holding down their walls or something, they would actually instantly die just by touching a floor. Now, obviously, this was a major glitch, and this is the one that we're focusing on in the video. Remember how I told you guys earlier that in this tournament, kills were very important? Yeah, well, the main person in this clip, the person that we're actually following, Haste Firerico, I'm sorry, I just butchered that name, but we actually don't see much of him anymore in today's scene, but he is currently at 6 kills. He gets stuck in this infinite loop of being thrown up and down. And he is on one of these late game rotational zones. And as I was telling you guys earlier, this is typically when we see the most amount of kills. So let's think about this here. Haste is currently at 6 kills. He needs to get to 7 to get another point. And every single point in this tournament is huge because it's such a small scoring system. This bug basically cost him PAX West. Now, while Haste didn't actually end up coming top 20, if he had won this game, if he had gotten that 7th kill, and he had gotten that momentum from the kill, gotten the loot, maybe gotten more shields, maybe he would have had a shot at actually winning the entire tournament. Now, I know this is all hypothetical, and it could have just totally gone the exact same way. He doesn't place top 20. He doesn't actually do that well. But in my opinion here, this glitch completely destroyed his chances and a lot of other people's who may have been very close to that top 20 prize pool of a ton of money. And this glitch may have just cost them that entire amount of money. So basically, this glitch stopped people from getting those critical late game rotating kills, the spots where most competitive players get their kills. If you are not an early game player, which a lot of people were back in Season 5, but if you were still playing for that late game, then you're missing out on a ton of kills that were possibly there, and it impacted a lot of people's games a ton. So, as you can see from all of this stuff, this glitch was one of the most detrimental ones in Fortnite history. It literally threw an entire tournament for a lot of different people, and while Fortnite was really good about it, adding the $25,000 per win to the actual prize pool, it still did hurt a lot of people in this tournament and actually make them lose a bunch of different stuff. Along with that, this was on the world's stage. Now, it's not actually broadcasted across the world, but everybody saw this happen. Everybody saw Fortnite's glitches at their peak and what they were doing wrong. Now, I'm not saying that this started the downfall of Fortnite. In no way am I actually saying that. But around this time, Fortnite was at its peak, and Fortnite was seen as one of the best games out there. And don't get me wrong, this did not dissuade anyone from playing the game. But it did hurt the competitive scene a lot just because it hurt the competitive players' trust in the actual game, in Epic Games. And that trust bond has been broken till today. So this is Fortnite's largest glitch in the history of the game. At least that's what I think. If you guys think that there are any larger glitches in the game, leave them in the comment section down below. I will feel free to do a video on them if you want me to cover them. This has been Fortnite's largest glitch in the history of the game. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like on it and subscribing to the channel, as that would help me out a ton. I have a goal of getting to 100,000 subscribers, so if you guys can help me out and actually hit that subscribe button, it would mean a ton. It takes only a few seconds, and you can always unsubscribe if you're not enjoying the content in the future. But I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.